Battlecast Primetime. Live at Leipzig, Battlecast Primetime packs up and ships out to Germany, and we take you there. Check out what heavy hitters EA has brought to the table at the 2008 Games Convention. And Battlecast Primetime turns 1. Buckle your seatbelts as we take you through the past 12 months in a matter of minutes. Battlecast Primetime starts now! Convention only on the EA stand. Standing alongside my co-commander of 1 year, Raj Joshi, I'm David Silverman.
Wow, it is so exciting to be here at Leipzig's Game Convention.
You want to know about Command & Conquer Red Alert 3, right?
That's right, there's lots of great things announced for the first time here in Leipzig, and amongst those, of course, is cooperative gameplay for RTS. First time for real-time strategy.
It goes way beyond that, Raj. On Wednesday at 9 a.m. while this guy was sleeping, Chris Corey was here on stage for the EA press conference announcing the Red Alert 3 cast.
So if you were smart like me and in bed when this first rolled, we brought it for you here today. We're gonna roll this Chase Boyadjian special. Roll the trailer, boys.
Commander, as you can see, our situation is shockingly good.
No, it isn't ready. It hasn't been tested. We don't even know if it works.
No, sir. 12 months ago, I was put in charge of a top-secret project. For you see, sir, time is on our side.
Glad to have you on board, sir.
You must listen to me. Nothing is as it should be. No, touch nothing.
You ready to send those commies running back to their mommies?
If I knew anything, I would tell you!
This war should never have happened. We went back in time to save ourselves and everything changed.
While we were busy fighting the Red Menace, this Empire of the Rising Sun was secretly preparing for war.
It appears that the Empire has mounted a full-scale assault.
They are assembling a joint task force to attack our mainland.
You will bow before us, or you will cease to exist.
This is unbelievable.
Producer Chris Corey. Woo! Are you ready to face the firing squad?
One thing that's all the buzz out on the show floor and amongst everybody I'm talking to is cooperative gameplay. Something that we're seeing for the first time here in RTS. So tell me, Chris, RTS and co-op, are they connected?
Command & Conquer has a rich history of this great single-player gameplay. We have these great stories, we have these great cinematics, but Red Alert 3, for the very first time, you're going to be able to go online and share that with a friend. You can still play solo, you can enlist an AI co-commander to help you out, but I've got to say, now that we have co-op campaign working, I don't know if I'd want to play it any other way. It's really just a better gameplay experience to go online, match up with a friend, and play the story-based part of the game together.
I know it's a lot of fun to play with your friends, but what if you're Raj and don't have any friends?
You know, as we designed the co-op feature, we thought about Raj a lot.
Oh, good.
We thought about the guy with no friends. These AI co-commanders that we brought on to help you out, they're actually very competent. And when you play with an AI co-commander, we actually give you a little extra toolbar in the upper left-hand corner and that allows you to dispatch commands to your AI commander. So, hold this territory for me, plan this attack. It's a great way to be able to coordinate strategy. Make no mistake about it, RA3 is a very deep, intricate, contemporary RTS game. We have this new gameplay emphasis on force composition. Make sure you've got the right combination to take up against your foes. And then there's a real emphasis on micromanagement. So the gameplay depth is absolutely there.
Well, Chris Court, you have survived the firing squad.
Sweet.
Before we let you go, though, is there anything you want to say to the massive German fans out here?
You guys are great. I think that Command & Conquer has the best, strongest fan community in the world. Coming back to Leipzig is very much like coming home. We're thrilled to have you guys out here with us. So thank you very much, guys.
Chris Corey, ladies and gentlemen. So, Raj, what was it like to take Battlecast Primetime to the live stage?
Let's just say that it's opened my eyes to the wonderful world of theater.
Broadway, here I come. Yeah. Well, before you launch your singing career, let's give our fans an update on all the latest CNC news as we go from the front.
In addition to the talent lineup and trailer, Battlecast Primetime was on the set of all of the live-action cinematics for Red Alert 3. Here with some exclusive interviews of the actors playing on the side of the Allies is David Silverman. David Silverman? What the hell? Why does he always get to do the cool stuff? That's it, I'm out of here.
Battlecast Primetime Special Report. And I'm joined by the very lovely Tanya, Jenny McCarthy. Jenny, welcome to Battlecast Primetime.
Thank you so much. I wasn't sure what to expect when I came in today to work on a video game. What I'm realizing is this isn't just a video game. This is absolutely an interactive movie. This is where, people at home get to move the story forward.
Hi, I'm Autumn Reesert. My character is Lisette. She's a commander for the Allies, and she's kind of sassy. She has her own little thing going on. She doesn't look tough, but she can kick some ass.
I'm Jonathan Price, and I play Field Marshal Sir Robert Bingham.
You've kind of done everything. You've been on stage, you've been in movies, and this is your first video game.
It was a great surprise. It was a set that was run as keenly and as professionally as any film set. A director who was interested in acting and not just interested in the special effects side of it. And I also had a lot of fun.
We're going to have to take you into the theatre.
We'll need to go to the theatre.
So you can talk loud.
I can talk loud.
Fantastic.
My name is Gemma Atkinson. My character is called Eva, and she's an Allied military briefer. But in actual fact, she has a soft spot for the commander. And she has a bit of a problem with Tanya, played by Jenny McCarthy. I think there's a bit of rivalry going on because they both kind of want the commander's attention.
I think Tanya might be a little bit jealous.
My character Eva has more to offer to the commander personally.
I'm Randy Couture, and I play Commander Warren Fuller. Served in the United States Army for 6 years and obviously been promoted since then. I left the service as a sergeant, so moved to officer ranks, and I'm a general now. So that appeals to me.
I'm J.K. Simmons, and I play President Ackerman.
Did you ever pull from any of the other characters you've done, maybe like from your characters in Spider-Man? Do you feel a little J. Jonah Jameson in Ackerman?
It's hard not to feel a little JJJ whenever I am being, loud. Ackerman has facets of George C. Scott from Doctor Strangelove. There's a little Barry Goldwater, at least a tiny bit of W creeping in there too. So
the great thing about our industry is how it's expanding in so many different ways, and the fact that video games are turning into interactive movies, I think, just broadens our scope as actors and actresses to being able to be more involved with our audience.
Jenny McCarthy, thank you so much for coming on the show. When we return, what else goes on at the Leipzig Games Convention? Roger and I play tour guide and give you a glimpse of the heavy hitters EA is bringing to the table when Battlecast Primetime continues on Command & Conquer TV.
Watch this video and learn from it.
Third time's a charm. One.
Listen up.
Third time's a charm.
Two.
Remix.
Third time's a charm.
Nice play.
Third time's a charm.
Three.
Do you think you can handle it?
All your base arm. All your base arm. All your base arm. All your base arm belong to us.
God.
Battle Bears.
Chew on that.
Armored Dolphins.
You like the beautiful girls?
Perverts.
You like the beautiful girls?
I bet you do.
Me too.
It could be a very useful weapon.
Really?
They are finest things in life.
Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now.
Sounds kind of kinky. Sounds kind of kinky.
Yeah, I like it like that.
Cowboy style.
Yeah, I like it like that. I bet you do.
Cowboy style.
Command and conquer. Red Alert 3. Command and conquer.
Red Alert 3.
Command and conquer. Red Alert 3. Command and conquer.
Red Alert.
The only thing I can say about that is, oh, snap.
Welcome back to Battlecast Primetime. Let's head down to the show floor and take a sneak peek at some of EA's biggest hitters in this special edition of Behind Closed Doors. All right, I'm here with Manuel Llanes talking about Mirror's Edge.
It's a game which features platform, puzzling, action, chase, giving chase, all the different types of gameplay that you would expect from a game that is an action-adventure in first person. Putting the person back in first person is a catchy sounding sentence, but it's really true. It's really what we focused on for movement and for the character.
Can you introduce us to Faith a little bit?
Faith is our heroine. She's a normal person, a fragile but strong character. She's a runner. Runners are people that in a city where information is heavily monitored by the authorities. Runners deliver information in physical ways, packages, bags, using the airways of the city, the rooftops. Action in the game is free running, jumping everywhere. All acrobatics you can think of are performed by a runner, and Faith is the best of them.
Manuel, can you tell us a little bit about your guys' sources of inspiration for the game?
Inspiration comes from everywhere. Every team member has his own little bag, or very big bag of inspiring things. Our senior producer is very big fan of Joss Whedon, so Firefly inspiration is not 1984, but still there is some influences.
Manuel Llanes, Mirror's Edge. All right, thanks a lot, guys. We are back to you, Dave.
All right, here I am joined with Todd Hollinshead, CEO of id Software. You guys are pretty much the godfathers of first-person shooters with games like Wolfenstein, Doom, Quake. What's the latest rage over at id right now?
Of course, we got our new one coming out that you may have heard a little bit about, Rage. It's sort of a new take on a first-person shooter from us because it has the core elements of the first action combat that, of course, the company is famous for, but we've got interesting characters, a compelling storyline, there's driving and vehicle combat, and, of course, it's built on all new, straight from the mind of John Carmack, engine, id Tech 5. You'll be able to see detail on an unprecedented level.
The fact that it's all in-game footage, I mean, it's unbelievable. Now, I hear, Todd, that you are actually a Red Alert fan.
Red Alert is probably my favorite series.
Hell yeah. Raj, back to you.
And here we are talking to Sebastian Nell from Phenomic, talking about the awesome game that's coming out called Battleforge.
Battleforge is a next-gen fantasy RTS game focusing on player versus environment, teaming up with your friends with up to 12 players taking on evil. And the cool thing about it is that you can build your own deck. We use trading cards as representative for units, abilities, and spells. You just click on the card, place it anywhere in the world, and the units appear.
And how are people getting their hands on these cards?
We have in-game mail, we have direct trade. We also have an auction house where you can buy booster packs. Everything's in the game.
Things are looking really cool, so when can we expect to see this?
You can expect Battleforge in early 2009.
That was Battleforge, and let's see what's next. Hi, I am here with Bill Harrison, executive producer of the awesome new product, Need for Speed Undercover.
Basically, you play the role of a recently discovered and recruited undercover agent inside a crime syndicate. You have this relationship with this really funky lady named Chase Lynn, played by Maggie Q. She manipulates events to try and give you a meteoric rise through that crime syndicate to be able to gather the evidence and take them down. We have one new race mode that punches out above the rest, and we call that Highway Battle. And that's about traveling 200 kilometers an hour. Dense traffic on the highway, zipping in, zipping out, smashes, bangs, gangs, cops, crashes. It's a fantastic new mode that really is resonating with the group here at Leipzig.
Now, I'm assuming that live action is playing a major role in Need for Speed?
We went down to Hollywood. We got a bunch of experts. These people worked on things like TV show 24, movies like Mission Impossible, et cetera, et cetera. We really believe that we captured something special.
So are we going to be serving people who are looking for import cars, muscle cars, supercars?
Can't tell you, you're going to see all the big names, people like Porsche, people like Audi, people like Bugatti. Personally, I cry every time I take a nice Bugatti out there and bend the fender because of some stupid move. In some of these modes, like the highway battle that I mentioned earlier, you actually use that as a tactic. Disable your opponent is a viable way to win.
All right, guys, that is Bill Harrison with Need for Speed Undercover, just announced, coming out November 18th. Take it away, guys.
As you can see, I've donned my white sunglasses. It's time for war. I'm joined by Jeff Hickman, executive producer of Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning. Jeff, what's going on here at Leipzig?
And so we just unveiled our new cinematic trailer here at Leipzig. Warhammer Online booth is throbbing with people. We just won Best Online Game of Show. We beat everybody, man, everybody.
Now, Jeff, I've heard a lot of people speculating on our message boards on commandandconquer.com. They saw our last episode of Battlecast Primetime from E3. We're talking to you and Paul, and we talked about some kind of bear thing. They think it's a joke.
Oh, it's no joke. The Corsair's helm. It is the way to go. There's going to be a code in the Command & Conquer box that you can plug into your Warhammer Online account. This will give you access to the Corsair's helm. You'll be able to put it on your head, and by activating it, change into a Kislevite bear.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
So what's the Red Alert guys doing for you?
I think we've got a cool map that's going in potentially.
Is that right? So I've heard rumors from the boys upstairs. They tell me that the map is actually in the shape of the Chaos emblem.
Awesome. I love that.
So it looks like there's some nice mutual love happening between the Warhammer destruction and the...
we love you.
We love you.
Look at that love.
One last time. Warhammer!
We're still here in Germany, and we've got more great Red Alert 3 info for you.
Now, you may not always be able to find someone else to play cooperatively with, or as in my case, your buddy may not be up to par with your skills.
Hey, I resent that. I'm getting better.
Look for future episodes of Battlecast Primetime, where we will break down the in-game co-commanders.
You know, there should be a co-commander modeled after me.
Ross, there's no foundries in Red Alert 3.
Well, little do you know, I've branched out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I can't reveal my secrets here, so you'll just have to settle for watching these matches.
Well, that's good, because it's time for the Battlecast 5.
It's Mistral as the Allies against DEF and the Soviet Army. An early harvester strike by the Soviets is scuttled by Mistral's Guardian tanks, which then return the favor with a strike on DEF's super reactor. Tesla troopers deal with the Guardians, but can only watch helplessly as the Allies' early game Vindicators bomb the reactor to Kingdom Come. The Soviets strike back, first forcing a momentary retreat by Mistral's MCV, then infiltrating the enemy's base with an engineer, grabbing a much-needed cash boost from the sale. But this offensive has left him wide open back home, and Mistral's cryocopters make quick work of DEF's defenseless base with the help of the powerful Allied Air Force. The cryocopters clean the map of Soviet resistance, and Mistral's allies walk away with a hard-won victory. 4. It's practice as the Allies versus Joza, Empire of the Rising Sun. Joza strikes quick on Allied resources with a Mecha Tengu wing, but can't manage a drop into turret-guarded enemy territory. Practice's Guardians carry out a surprise strike on the growing Imperial attack force, but quickly find themselves overwhelmed. Deeper into Allied territory, Joza meets yet another fleet of Guardians, leading to a savage battle, but this time it's mutually assured destruction. Both sides throw every vehicle they have into the battle, but it's Joza's final squadron support power that makes the difference in this skirmish. Things look grim for practice, but he's got one more trick up his sleeve. A strike force of Guardians and cryocopters that lay waste to the Imperial base and send Joza's MTV running for the water. But the high seas are no safer for the Japanese war machine, and the Allied Riptides end the match with their powerful torpedo attack. 3. Epic Ayagus and Shadow Terran 2 face off in a brutal Soviet mirror match. The battle begins early as scouting warbears from each side face off for an early lead. The guns soon come out and Shadow Terran's hammer tanks make quick inroads into Ayagus' base. But they're no match for the powerful Soviet twin blades, which chase the hammers away and get to work obliterating Shadow Terran's resource operation. Iagoose wastes a perfectly good Desolator airstrike on his enemy's harvester, but follows it up with the Soviet third-tier units, the Apocalypse tank and the devastating Kirov. Iagoose's army takes the ground fight to Shadow Terran's base, and there's not much hope for the flailing Soviet defenses. The APOC tank's grinders take down the super reactor, and that's the explosive end of this fast-paced match. It's Wolf commanding the Allies against intense Joza's Imperial forces on Temple Prime, and the raising begins early as Wolf's javelins waste a satellite dojo. The Allies follow up with an IFV strike, and what's this? He brought Guardian tanks to the party and manages to make a real mess of Joza's base early on. Joza attempts to counterstrike by sea, but is chased off by the rapidly amassing Allied ground forces, which seems to be preparing for a decisive sweep. Sensing danger, Joza pumps out as many nanocores as he can, but can't stop Wolf's sentry bombers from carpet bombing his mecha bay. And look at this! Tanya jumps from the bombers, parachuting to the surface to wreak a special kind of havoc on Joza's base. A couple of sticks of C4 and this one's over, folks. I guess Wolf's just gonna have to save that impressive ground assault for next time. It's Betamax versus returning champ Practice in this bare-knuckle brawl between two Allied armies. Practice is the first to strike, laying down the pain at Beta's base before retreating. But he's not done yet, as his sentries cripple his army's waterbound expansion bases. Now it's time for round 2 on land, and they're looking pretty evenly matched until, wowzers! Practice's busy sentries take out half of Beta's force. A base raiding follow-up is stopped only with Betamix's clever use of the Chrono Fisher and the crushing power of his MCV. Betamix assembles a massive team of javelins, ready to turn the tide of war, but even they're no match for the powerful bombs of the Century. But it's not that overwhelming firepower that wins the day. Oh no, it's Tanya, in a lone IFV who finishes off the enemy base and secures Practice's place as a force to be reckoned with in Red Alert 3.
The 5, brought to you by the HP Blackbird 2 with Voodoo DNA, a machine born from the minds of gamers and created with gamers in mind.
As a special treat for our 1-year anniversary, we've got another whole segment for you. Coming up, we'll look back on our 1-year anniversary of Command & Conquer TV with highlights from all our shows, including bloopers. Plus, APOC joins us from the Community Lounge to bring you all the community news when Battlecast Primetime continues on Command & Conquer TV. In Germany, no less. I'm David Silverman.
Our celebration continues as we look back on all the fun we've had this past year. Let's take a look at some highlights from Command & Conquer TV to see where we started and how we got to where we are now.
Command & Conquer TV started with its flagship show, and Raj and my personal favorite, Battlecast Primetime.
But Battlecast Primetime isn't the only show to come out of the CNC studios. We can't forget about Command School and Aftermath. And what would a 1-year anniversary show be without looking back at all of our foibles, misspoken spoken words, and goofing off? Let's take a look at a year's worth of bloopers.
You're logged in to Battlecast Primetime. Along for the ride is Raj Joshi. I'm David Silverman.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Now it's a parrot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Paulie said you're an idiot.
Only at commandandconquer.com. Sorry, I figured you didn't want Command & Conquer.
And look at back. Joining us now is balance designer and main event commentator.
Tonight, Jason and I are the main event. No, that's not the line, though. All I can think of is people watching this in their dark rooms in their underwear.
Try to be a good Battlecaster. But my bass creep just doesn't work.
Leipzig doesn't like you.
Battlecast match!
Let's try it again.
Battlecast Primetime intro, take 5.
You're watching Battlecast Primetime. I'm David Silverman.
And I'm Ross Joshi.
And here we have a commando just murdering those zone rapers.
Let me babysit your children.
And be church. Thanks, Sarah. And be church. Thanks, Sarah. And be church.
Greg's Battleground Reconnaissance. Can we use words that have more syllables?
Welcome back to Battlecast Primetime.
And the 2007 Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences Best Strategy Game of the Year, Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars.
You ever hear of that game before? Maybe promoted for a year and a half? Next me see.
Yes, like that, only.
Only say English. In all hoo-hoo. Showtime takes the bait and goes, oh. Oh, yeah, it's boom, full stop. Assault and go, wee-wee-hoo-hoo. Not so much.
Those avatars are going to deal the death blow.
Yeah, he got in one little fight. His mom got scared. He said, I'm moving with your auntie and uncle to Bel Air.
You're in command school. Here in... You can go back to your MCV or command... so this actually... You don't actually have to do this.
Wow, thanks for the Cliff Notes version of that. Wow, thanks for the freaking Cliff Notes version of that.
That's right, kids! Battlecast Primetime.
Battlecast Primetime. Battlecast Primetime.
On Command & Conquer
TV.
Where you can get the news.
APOC's reviews.
B&B's picks.
Hot tips and tricks.
CNC hopes.
From these two dopes.
On Command & Conquer.
On Command & Conquer.
On Command & Conquer TV.
Grammy nomination pending.
Battlecast Primetime isn't the only one celebrating an anniversary this month. It's a special moment for Command & Conquer as well. For the full story, let's go to Aaron APOC Kaufman from a new corner he's found in Leipzig.
Hey, what's up, all you Command & Conquerors? This is Aaron APOC Kaufman, your official CNC community manager. And I'm here once again at the Leipzig Games Convention with quite a few other CNC fans. And it is indeed a special moment, David and Raj. August 31st marks the 13th anniversary of Command & Conquer. As you know, back in 1995, the original Tip Dawn came out. 13 years later, and we're still going strong, baby. And what better way to celebrate 13 years of Command & Conquer than with APOC's own top 5 unit responses of Command & Conquer of all time. So let's kick things off with the lovely, the beautiful Tanya from Red Alert 2.
Shake it, baby!
And coming in at number 4, it's my Rookie of the Year, the Japanese engineer from Red Alert 3.
I am here to serve you.
Next at number 3, from Rookie to Maverick, he gets the Lifetime Achievement Award. It's the Tesla Trooper from Red Alert 1.
Extra crispy.
And at number 2, strapping bombs to your moms since 1995, it's the Commando from Tiberian Dawn.
I've got a present for you.
And coming in is my number 1, proving that the CNC team has a sense of humor. Well, you'll have to see for yourself.
One-way trip.
Well, Commanders, let's give a big happy birthday to Command & Conquer. 13 years is quite a long time, and we've got at least another 13 to go. That's all from me here at the Leipzig Games Convention. Thanks for joining me, and remember, every day is Community Day.
Taking you to the EA Community Lounge, we've wrangled up the dev team for a special version of Ask a Developer.
Were there any alternative faction, like alternative decision for Empire?
We tossed around a lot of ideas for the third faction, and we had countries like India and Brazil, and one of our producers pitched an all-oceanic faction of fish and squid and dolphins. One of my ideas was doing the Swiss Army, where you'd have Swiss Army tanks and Swiss Army planes and things like that. But we settled on Japan, One, because it plays very well into the alternate history of World War II. And another reason was because, we're all a bunch of nerds. The end result is a lot of transforming mechs, a lot of big Gundam-style walkers, and a lot of guys that look they stepped out of World War II and slapped on futuristic armor.
Just a quick question to Tanya. Is there any reason why there's a black bar in the unit picture for Tanya in front of her eyes? That's a little bit weird.
The portrait art is a pretty uncanny resemblance to Jenny McCarthy, and we really didn't want to give away the fact that Jenny was Tanya. When the beta came out, there was a thread in the official site forums about who do you guys think Tanya is? And one of the posts that I love is someone was like, I really think it's Trisha Helfer again. And they put a picture of Trisha in there that was the spitting image of the portrait, and I was like, wow. But later on in that very same post stream, someone guessed, I think it's Jenny McCarthy.
Is that true that Yuriko is kind of remembering for Yuri?
I mean, Yuriko is an actual Japanese name for females, but yeah, we wanted to pay homage to Yuri. She has a lot of similar powers. He was more psychic, she's more telekinetic, psionic. Yeah, it felt like an appropriate name for her to have.
Command & Conquer TV has been running for exactly 1 year, right? So how do you feel right now after realizing, wow, we've been running this program for a year and it's quite successful?
We set out with Command & Conquer TV, as you said, a year ago, with the idea to really create a show about Command & Conquer, created by Command & Conquer fans for the fans. So we've been really impressed with how well the show's been received. It gets translated in half a dozen languages. As long as you guys keep watching it and showing your support and emailing us your replays of great strategies you have for Command School, we're going to keep on putting out Command & Conquer TV programming. We actually are in the works right now to launch a couple new shows. So submit your fan matches and maybe you can be on Battlecast Primetime.
Well, Raj, that's all she wrote. What? No, I'm having a great time up here. I was actually planning on debuting something myself for the first time in Leipzig.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, it's kind of working on something. When I was a little girl, my mother, she said to me...
All right, well, that's all the time we have today, but you can always watch more of Battlecast Primetime the last Friday of every month on commandandconquer.com, and you can be a part of Battlecast Primetime by battlecasting your match for a shot to be featured here on Battlecast Primetime. For Raj Joshi, I'm David Silverman, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Thank you so much,
guys.
Command and Conquer. Red Alert 3. Command and Conquer.
Red Alert 3.
Command and Conquer. Red Alert 3. Command and Conquer. Red Alert.
Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now.
Cowboy style. Command and Conquer. Red Alert 3. Command and Conquer.
Red Alert 3.
Command and Conquer. Red Alert 3. Command and Conquer.
All your base R belong to us.